It's either something really bad is about to happen or something really funny is about to happen when you hear the bass clarinet. So if you're walking down a dark alley, you hear a bass clarinet, probably get out of there. My name's Alex Morris. I'm a clarinet player with the Sydney Symphony Orchestra. I'm actually the principal bass clarinet, which means of the 4 clarinet players in the orchestra, I'm the one that plays the bass clarinet, which is the lower, darker, bigger cousin of the regular clarinet. So I grew up in Bundaberg in regional Queensland, and I had a lot of really dedicated teachers when I was younger, which was extremely valuable, and we were really lucky in Bundaberg to have a fantastic youth orchestra and a lot of music in the community. And so I got a lot of opportunities at a really young age to be able to start performing and to know that this was something I really wanted to do. Decided, I guess, that music was something I wanted to pursue as a career when I was in high school, and I studied it at university at the Queensland Conservatorium of Music in Brisbane. From there I spent a little bit of time at the Australian National Academy of Music in Melbourne, ANAM, and started working as a freelancer in Melbourne and around Australia and the Asia Pacific area before I eventually got my first full-time position as a musician with the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra in Canada. And then 5 years ago now, I joined the Sydney Symphony as principal bass clarinet. One of the obvious highlights for me of the 2024 season is going to be Schoenberg's Gurrelieder with our Chief Conductor Simone Young. It's a massive, colossal work for huge numbers of performers, and so you're going to get the chance to see not only the musicians of the Sydney Symphony, but also some students from the Australian National Academy of Music in Melbourne. They'll be joining us. And as an alumni of ANAM, it's really exciting to be able to work with these students who are at a really, really high professional level to come and join us and put on this absolutely spectacular work. ANAM was really important for me in that it gave me an amazing opportunity to cover a huge amount of repertoire, learn new pieces, work with really great artists from around the world that would come and visit, conductors, soloists, chamber music, yeah, all sorts of things. It was kind of like working through a lot of really difficult music that I hadn't had the chance to play before. Kind of gave me the confidence to know that I was going to be okay in a professional setting. Yeah, so outside of music, I've always been a bit obsessed with the ocean. I grew up surfing, sailing, diving. And when I moved to Sydney 5 years ago, I got into free diving, and I've been doing that in a lot of my days off. I kind of feel that there's a real peace and tranquility to being, deep under the water, and I love just being out in nature and having amazing encounters with wild animals that live there. I've been lucky enough to swim with whales and dolphins, turtles and sharks and all sorts of other critters, and that just really fascinates me, and that's what I love to do in my spare time. When you sign up to be an orchestral musician, you have to really love what you're doing, because there is a lot of work involved, a lot of practice that perhaps the audience doesn't see away from regular rehearsals and concerts. We spend a lot of time perfecting our craft and trying to do it as well as we can, because we really love it and we're really passionate about doing it as well as we can. Working with such a large ensemble, there's a lot of challenges to do with making sure that everyone can really communicate with each other and work together really well as a team. But that's also some of the most rewarding aspects to the job for me, is when you get this massive group of 100 people that can just move like a school of fish, where everyone does the same thing at the same time. It's a really cool sort of hive mind mentality that I find really rewarding about playing in the orchestra. The bass clarinet's a really idiomatic instrument. It can blend really well and provide sort of the foundation for the wind section as the bass instrument, but also a lot of operatic composers, film composers have used the sound of the bass clarinet as a really characterful sort of expression. So often it's either something really bad is about to happen or something really funny is about to happen when you hear the bass clarinet. So if you're walking down a dark alley, you hear a bass clarinet, probably get out of there.